This video will explain how to use smoke alarms so you can stay safe from smoke and fires in your home. Smoke alarms detect smoke and alert you with a loud alarm, giving you time to escape outside safely. First, never disable your smoke alarm. Sometimes people want to disable their smoke alarms because of false alarms or other reasons. However, you must never disable your smoke alarm for any reason because then you are at an increased risk of injury or death from a home fire. Next, we'll explain the types of smoke alarms so you'll be able to identify them. Please note that if you are renting, your landlord is required by law to provide working alarms in each residence. There are local rules about how many smoke alarms are required and in which places, but these rules can vary from place to place. Regardless, tenants are usually responsible for replacing the batteries or alerting the landlord if the smoke alarm breaks. There are three main types of smoke alarms. The first type uses replaceable batteries. You will need to replace the batteries when the smoke alarm starts to chirp every 30 to 60 seconds or every few minutes. The second type is a 10-year type that uses non-replaceable batteries and is good for 10 years. You'll need to replace the entire smoke alarm when it reaches 10 years, or when the battery dies, whichever comes first. A 10-year sealed battery model flashes a red warning light when the battery dies. The final type is a whole unit, or wired, smoke alarm. This type does not use batteries and has a flashing light in addition to the loud beeps when detecting smoke. These are typically found in large apartment buildings and offices. Next, we will explain what smoke alarms do. Your smoke alarm is there to warn you of smoke or fires, whether it's a kitchen mishap, an electrical fire, or any other dangerous smoke or fire. If your alarm goes off, always check for fire first. Never assume it's a false alarm. Please note that smoke alarms will make two different types of sounds. The first sound is 3 loud beeps followed by a pause and then repeating. This means that there is smoke and maybe fire. This means get out. The second type of sound is a single loud chirp every few minutes. This means the battery is low and needs to be replaced. Replace the battery as soon as possible to ensure the battery doesn't die. The smoke alarm can't keep you safe if its batteries are not working. If there is no fire, but there is smoke from cooking or candles, open a window or use a fan to move the smoke outside and move fresh air inside. The smoke alarm will stop whenever the air is free of smoke. Now, we will explain how to keep your smoke alarms working. Remember, never disable your alarm. It's there to protect you. Do not hang items from or cover your smoke alarms. Test your smoke alarm once a month using the test button. If your smoke alarm goes off, check for fire. If there is a fire, follow your fire safety plan to get out of your home safely. If you have an alarm that uses replaceable batteries, change them once a year or when the device begins to chirp, whichever comes first. Now, we will explain how to change the batteries. To change batteries in your smoke alarm, you will need to reach the device safely with a ladder, step stool, or similar device. Gently twist the device until it unlocks from the hanger. Remove the cover on the back and take out the old batteries. Replace the batteries with the correct size, usually 9-volt or AA batteries, depending on the device you have. Test the device by holding the test button. Your smoke alarm will make a loud sound as if it were detecting a fire to show it is working. If you test your smoke alarm and it does not make a sound, even after replacing the batteries, check and make sure you have installed the batteries correctly. After you have completed the test, you will reinstall the device by aligning holes in the frame of the device and gently twisting until the smoke alarm is secure on the frame. Next, we'll talk about how to develop a fire safety plan. It's important to create a fire safety plan before a fire. Work together with your family to make a plan on what to do if you need to evacuate your home. Practice your exit plan once a month when you test your smoke alarms. In the event of a fire, do not gather personal belongings. Leave immediately with all members of the household. Items are replaceable. Your lives are not. Draw a map of the place you are living. Include all rooms, windows, and doors. Identify primary exits through doors that exit the place you are living and practice evacuating the place you are living by using those identified primary exits. If you live in a place with elevators, know where the stairs are. Always use the stairs in a fire. Never use an elevator in a fire. If the elevator stops working during the fire, you will be stuck and die. Identify secondary exits like windows if doors become obstructed or are unsafe to exit. Create a designated meeting space outside of your apartment or home where all members of the family will meet. As an example, you could use a large tree outside your apartment building, far enough away from the building to be safe. This will help ensure no one was forgotten inside. Place your map on your refrigerator or another easy-to-view place. Include additional information such as the emergency phone number of 911, the address of the place you are living, and phone numbers for adults in the household. After all members of your household exit the building and are safely outside, call 911. Practice your fire safety plan once a month with all members of your family. All members of your family, adults and children, should know how to call 911, request an interpreter if necessary, and tell the 911 operator their home address so that firefighters can find the fire. Next, we'll explain a few more details about what to do in the event of a fire. Know where your fire extinguishers are and how to use them. If you need to learn how to use your fire extinguisher or just need a reminder, you can watch another video about that. For small fires, if you think it is safe to do so, you can attempt to extinguish the fire. Be careful to attempt to put out the fire in a safe way, either with an improved fire extinguisher or fire blanket. Never throw water on a fire. Depending on the source of the fire, for example, if it is a grease fire or an electrical fire, this may cause a bigger fire or a more dangerous situation. If it is not safe to put out the fire, exit immediately. And remember, do not gather personal belongings. If you hear a fire alarm in another apartment or a hallway, leave the building immediately. If you live in an apartment building, knock on your neighbors' doors to alert them of danger. Yell, "Fire!" Don't forget to call 911 when you are in a safe place and have exited the building. Finally, here are a couple of tips to avoid false alarms. Remember to open windows, use fans, or use a vent in the kitchen while cooking. Do not smoke inside of your home. If it is a false alarm, you can turn off the beeping by pushing the button like this. We hope this video helps you use your smoke alarms safely.